Good morning. In today's first reading, we witness both the joy of the promise fulfilled and the pain of human conflict. Abraham holds a feast in his son Isaac's honor, a moment of celebration, but it soon become overshadowed by jealousy. Sarah demanded that Abraham cast out Hagar and her son, and so with deep distress, he sent them on their way. What follows is heartbreaking. Hagar wanders in the desert of Beersheba. When the water runs out, she places her son under a bush and sits down weeping. Do not look on the death of the child, and I do not want to watch her, she said. Watch him, he says. I love this reading today, and specifically about Hagar and Ishmael, because they're true underdogs in human life. I know it's hard to understand for you LSU fans, but underdogs are pretty good folks. Maybe because of my track through life, not being so-called blue bloods, or because of my faith in Jesus, I am drawn to underdogs. I pull for them in sports all the time and in life. I think of Jesus following that one lost sheep. That would be me aimlessly wandering in the desert. Or the parable of the lost son, or the true underdog, Peter. Think about him and his life. Now, today's story about the wilderness is not just a physical place, but a symbol of despair, abandonment, and fear. Hagar finds herself utterly alone, a foreigner with no support, and on the brink of losing her child. Many of us have been there, in that emotional or spiritual wilderness where hope runs dry and we wonder if God has forgotten us. We are reminded that wilderness moments like that, those times of rejection and despair, are not beyond God's reach. God opened her eyes, and I believe he still does that today for us. In our moments of sorrow, God sees. In our loneliness, God hears. And when we feel like we've run out of strength, God provides living water. In today's reading, the turning point was when God opened Hagar's eyes and she saw a well of water. The well was already there, but she couldn't see it until God opened her eyes. How often is it that hope is just outside of our view, just beyond our view, obscured by our grief or our fear? God doesn't create a new well. He reveals what was already present there for us. God does not always rescue us from the wilderness, but he meets us in the wilderness. And often that changes everything. So if you find yourself in a wilderness today, take heart. The God who hears the cry of Ishmael hears you. The God who opened Hagar's eyes can open your eyes. And the God who was with that boy as he grew up is with us even now. So in closing, a prayer. Lord, help me listen to you. Lord, open my eyes to hear you. Help me recognize your voice above all the noise in the world. Teach me to be still, to trust, and to follow where you lead. Give me a heart like Mary's, quiet, open, and full of faith. May I say yes to you, Lord, even when I don't understand. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Amen.